Well, well, well. Long time no see. This is gonna be so
What
good.
is up, everybody? Welcome back, or welcome to the Pickle Jar. This is What's the Dill? I'm your host, Mackenzie Pickle. Another season, y'all. This is season 2. I don't know. I can't believe it. I can't believe we're already here. Thank you for the support, and thank you for tuning in. I'm glad to see you. How have you been? It's been a few weeks, a few chaotic weeks in the U.S. Lots of stuff has happened. We're not really going to dive into it because, frankly, it's a lot and it's chaotic, and we are here to review a movie and to catch up with each other, you know? I missed you. I'm glad to be back, and I'm excited for this new season, for this new journey together. Also, season 2, we got a new day, Tuesdays now. How do you guys feel about it? So just a brief update. I started 75 Hard on January 1st. I talked about that in the season finale of season 1 a little bit. Now, it's been roughly a little over 2 weeks of doing 75 Hard, and honestly, it's been going pretty well, y'all. I'm really surprised by myself. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are some really hard days, and then there are some not as hard days. I've had days where I'm like, I want to quit, I'm done, I'm not in the mood. And then I've had days where I'm like, this is easy, this is a breeze, you know? So, but I feel good. I feel like I am working towards what I wanted to accomplish, which was having more discipline. Truth be told, I could not get through this without the Lord's strength, because I definitely am too weak to do this by myself. And so, like, the Lord has renewed my strength every single day. And I also have some incredible friends who are also doing 75 Hard, who are really awesome in encouraging me and lifting me up, and us kind of holding each other accountable as we go through this time. So it makes the hard days easier and the not so hard days fun. I did want to mention, I've been using some like YouTube resources to work out, you know, sometimes, and I found a couple like Pilates, yoga, stuff like that. Because one thing I have been trying to do is, like, I'm focused on discipline, and obviously fitness is an aspect of this. However, I don't want to push myself past a point that isn't healthy. And for me personally, as I'm going through this, you know, it's winter, there's all these things going on, I'm exhausted, you know, things like this. And so when I just really don't feel well, or my body's exhausted or something like that, I don't want to push myself past a point that is unenjoyable. Obviously, I'm challenging myself physically and things like that. However, you got to listen to your body. My favorite creator right now is Issa Welly. She is awesome. Such a good instructor. She does like some Pilates at home things. So like all you need is a mat, which is really great because I'm new to Pilates. I want to get into it, you know, and it's really nice. She helps it to not be so intimidating. She's really good at explaining things, encouraging you. I just really like the way that she does it and like the rhythm she gives you with the moves. My go-to video right now of hers is her 45-minute Pilates for beginners. It is so good, y'all, and it's such a good burn too, but she also helps explain why you do certain things in Pilates. It's really, really good. I've also been doing this 45-minute yoga session. It's like a Christian yoga practice, so it has like a devotional in there and like a breath prayer that you breathe in and out, and it's by the creator, A Breath of Heaven Yoga. It's really good. I'll do it outside sometimes, just when I want to just sort of bask in the Lord's presence while also getting some movement into my body and everything. And it's a really cool experience. So check that one out too. Anyways, though, enough about me. I know why you're really here. We have a movie to review, people, and a new movie at that. Today, we are reviewing the new movie, One of Them Days, starring Keke Palmer and SZA, and directed by Lawrence Lamont. First of all, absolutely, hands down, a fantastic movie. I went into this movie knowing a little bit about it. Like, I'd seen, you know, the trailer, and I'd seen some ads here and there about the movie. So I kind of knew a little bit of what I was getting into. I knew that I would enjoy it going into it. Holy cow, y'all, this movie is absolutely insane, and it's so incredible. It also has so much depth, and it is such a good mixture of comedy and message. You know, I'm a fan of Keke Palmer. I love her. I think she's an icon, and she just shines so well in this movie. And I mean, we already knew she was an amazing actress, but like I loved her humor in this movie and her delivery. It was so good, and she plays really well alongside of SZA, which this is SZA's feature film debut. Absolutely killed it. Like, SZA is just, first of all, she's incredible in general. like, hello, she's SZA. But the dynamic that flows between Keke and SZA is so good, and they have such good chemistry. They can just like bounce off of one another, and it is just so fun to watch. It was absolutely hilarious seeing them have one of those days where like essentially everything that could go wrong does go wrong, and it's so chaotic. Like when you think it's gotten crazy, it just gets crazier, and I love that about it. It's just so absolutely insane and hilarious, and this movie is just, it's so funny, and it's so well paced too. I really enjoyed the pacing and the flow of everything. I think that was really good too. Really quick though, deeper than the funny moments is a story of friendship and a story of sticking together in everything and uplifting one another. Drew, which is Keke's character, and Alyssa, which is SZA's character, they are both struggling through life, you know, kind of like making ends meet. You can kind of see their attitudes shifting throughout the movie, you know, like we see where they are, like the beginning stasis, and then, you know, they go through everything and their attitudes change and things like that, but they're like trying to lift each other up. Like Alyssa consistently is telling Drew, you're that girl, you can do this, you know, you deserve this promotion, you work really hard, you know, trying to uplift her and help her feel confident about going in and getting a promotion that Drew doesn't necessarily feel qualified for, but she's overqualified for, you know, and she like tries to uplift her this way. It's interesting though, because Alyssa is so good at, you know, like speaking life into Drew and helping uplift her, yet she's like stuck in this toxic relationship with Keyshawn, and it's like she doesn't see that she deserves better, you know, that kind of thing. And she also like doesn't really believe in her art. She's an artist and she paints these like wonderfully beautiful paintings, but she doesn't believe in herself. Like she always finds something wrong with the painting, and she doesn't have that confidence in her art, you know. So like Drew kind of helps her with that, but it's more of a focus on like Drew just doesn't think Alyssa's gonna take the leap, and she's focused on this promotion, but she's still feeling, you know, weird about it. But they have this huge fight, and they're true feelings kind of come out. Like they're angry with each other, and it's like some of their resentments toward each other's attitudes come out, and they're being kind of mean to each other, but it is out of love for the other person. Like it's them wanting the other one to reach their potential type of thing. Like that's what the argument feels like. But so they kind of are like not friends anymore, but they still have to stick together to get this money so that they don't die and they don't lose their place and all this stuff. So they stick together, but through that they end up working together to display each other's potential. So it's like they sell some of Alyssa's artwork, and Alyssa realizes how talented of an artist she is, and Drew also comes up with this big idea of how to do this, and the plan that she had to sell the art and to get all these people over there and get some traction. That kind of shows her potential and her way of working hard and finding creative solutions. They end up realizing, you know, they do love each other. They want to be friends. They make up. They realize, you know, how great of a team they are. And it just shows the importance of friendship and the importance of having people in your circle like fighting for you and lifting you up and encouraging you, but also the importance of sometimes having to give tough love to your friend. Maybe not in like a screaming match, but, you know, like tough love is important, and, you know, holding each other accountable and supporting each other in pursuit of your dreams, you know, that's really important. And I loved that was wrapped up in the comedy and chaos of this movie. This film just has no notes for me personally. I just really enjoyed it. I loved everything. The humor, the soundtrack was so good. The camera shots are really interesting, good storytelling. The chaos and like the love in it, it's just so good. Honestly, think everyone should see this movie. It'll definitely give you a laugh, but it'll also give you like those heartwarming moments, you know, just because you can see the heart in this movie. Drew has this little moment towards the end after the little art show thing where Shayla, who was interviewing her for this job promotion and then was kind of like disappointed in her because she went outside and was fighting. That's a whole thing. But anyways, she's talking to Shayla about how she understands that the whole interview and promotion and the whole situation was important because essentially women of color don't get those opportunities as often as they should. Obviously, like that quote applies in the context of the scene about like her getting a big promotion at this company and rising through the ranks and things like that, but also like taking that quote out of just the plot of the movie and applying it to the movie itself is really big, and it's really powerful because, I mean, think about it, this is a feature film buddy comedy movie where the two leads are women of color. And that is so rare, and it shouldn't be rare. It was incredible to be able to watch this movie and see that because, you know, like Hollywood has a history of people of color in general, but especially women of color not getting the opportunity to tell their stories and to have movies made about them and movies about their life and what they go through and their struggles and their accomplishments and everything, you know? It was just really powerful to watch that scene and to think about not only its context in the movie, but its context in our world as a whole within Hollywood. I'm thankful for this movie for highlighting that and also pointing out the importance of having diversity within film and within all areas of life, but especially in storytelling. I can't end this review without talking about just the little details of this movie are so good. There's a couple like little plot twists and like spoiler alert, I mean kind of spoilers for this whole episode, I guess. Sorry, I'm not gonna expressly say it, but like we're gonna be kind of talking about it a little bit, so just like make sure you watch the movie then come back and watch this part, you know? The like little plot twists are so good. Like Maniac, his whole storyline threw me for a loop. Like first of all, oh my gosh, I had the same reaction that Drew had whenever he first appears on screen, like the music playing and how good he looked. Oh, like it absolutely just like, oh, you are so fine. He's really cool and he's nice and he's thoughtful, but he's kind of mysterious too. You know, she sees the axe in his car and is like, oh my gosh, he's a murderer, he's a killer. Like that's why his name's Maniac, whatever. He kind of disappears for a little bit. And so I was like, are we just not going to see, like, you know, maybe the movie's not about a love interest. Maybe that was just one of the things that goes wrong, you know? But the ending, like the fact that that axe has such pivotal importance and actually shows you what he does, I was not going to call that. But as soon as like that scene happened at the end where it's revealed, I was like, no way, this is so good. It was such a good detail and such a good twist too, because I feel like it was subtle, at least to me. It was subtle. The other thing though, like King Lolo, who actually ends up taking him down, that is absolutely hilarious. I don't even want to say it because I definitely don't want to spoil it, but it is just so unbelievably funny, that whole storyline of that company and the people running it. I was laughing so hard when they captured him and they got him done. Like it is just so unbelievably funny. Overall, this movie is a must watch. Make sure you go catch it while it's still in theaters. I'm rating this movie a 5 out of 5. It is certified delicious, y'all. First movie of season 2, certified delicious. What can be better than that? Now it's time for Pickle's Pick. First one of season 2, y'all. I actually have 2 for this first episode. 2 for season 2. For the first one, it's a food item. It's the Built Puff protein bars. I saw them on TikTok. Touchy subject. I was a little skeptical about them because they're like a marshmallow covered in chocolate, but they're protein and they're like supposedly kind of good for you, like a good alternative to a candy bar. And I was like, nah, that probably doesn't taste good. It's probably like every other like protein bar snack substitute, whatever. But I was in Publix like a few days ago and I saw them in Publix and I was like, you know what? I'll try them. They're here, whatever. Y'all, absolutely, like all of the videos about them talking about they're good. Like it's real. I have 2 flavors. The cookie dough one and the brownie batter one. Oh, when I tell you they're so good. Last night, I popped one of the brownie batter ones in the microwave for like 10 seconds. When I tell you it tasted like a s'more without the graham cracker, they're so good. My second pick is a song. It's Like Him by Tyler, the Creator, featuring Lola Young. Y'all, it's so good. I know this song has been out for a bit, but recently, like, it's been stuck in my head and it's all that I want to listen to. It's just so good. I love Tyler, the Creator. His music is just so good, but this song too, like the story and everything, oh my gosh, it's just so good. Give it a listen. That about does it for the episode, y'all. Season 2, episode 1. I'm so happy to be here and I'm so happy that you're here. I cannot wait to go on this journey with you through this season. You know, there's some new movies coming out that I want to review and I'm super excited for, but also I'd love to hear what y'all want to see this season. What do you want to see me review? Could be new, could be old, anything. Let me know what you'd like to see me review. Thank you so much for tuning in and for supporting the show. Please share this show with your friends, with your family members. Give it a like, leave a comment, review the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube, download it on your favorite podcast platforms, follow the Instagram and the TikTok. Please support the show. It means the absolute world to me. I couldn't do this without you, and I'm just very grateful that you're here right now. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I cannot wait to see you again next week, however you choose to tune in. And don't forget, you are loved, I love you so much, but not nearly as much as God loves you. See you next week. Bye!